Hi, my name is Pat Tamaklo. I was born in the United States to Ghanaian parents. I own a leadership strategy and training firm out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. And I do anywhere from training and coaching to just mentorship. That I was born here in the United States, and my mother saw it fit to send me to my auntie in England because she was in school at the time. And and so mom is done with school. My parents are done with whatever they're doing here, and then they come to to Ghana. So that's really where my first experience of growing up in childhood was. It was in Ghana. My father had left and gone to Southern Africa to the University of Zambia to actually teach, and then we followed through. But before we left Ghana to Zambia, we went and lived with my mother in the city, and then I saw a different kind of lifestyle as well, city lifestyle. So then I leave that environment and then head to Zambia and live with my dad again in another sheltered environment with university professor kids and stuff like that. So it's a lot of cultural shifting and nurturing that I was used to growing Oto, and that is mashed yam with mixed with palm oil and then an egg on top of that. That signifies your birthday. And to me, that was a great tradition that I always remember. That so anytime I have a birthday, I always ask my wife, "Hey, where's my otot?" Right? Because I want the yam and the egg to represent my birthday. So that's one tradition that I think I've kept with me, for a while. And of course, respect to the elderly is one thing that we always want to make sure that we emphasize. So to date, my kids would call close friends and close people in our circle auntie or uncle, which is not really something that is typical in this West. But life would be a little bit different, because I'll have to stick with the national statutes of Ghana and everything else. But I don't think would have been quite as opportunistic as I have it right now. Absolutely, I had considered actually living in England. But yes, it is true. It is a land of opportunity, and so my expectations have been met. But today there are some challenges that makes me question whether or not this is really the land of opportunity. And as we all know, questions, the race divide. I had thought that England was one of the most racially divided countries, but now it's looking a lot like it does exist in our American culture here as well. And so I question my expectation. Is this really the true land of opportunity and greatness that I thought it was going to be for me? Work as hard as possible to excel to try to reach that goal that you want, because it's never easy. I remember one thing that the consular officer told me when I was trying to get my U.S. passport while I was in Ghana as a kid. It says the streets of America are not paved with gold, and that meant a lot to me. In other words, it's going to be tough. I was going to say the food, but the food is just a part of it, right? But just a sense of peace where, tradition. Um, a good example is the greeting, for instance, when people in my culture, the Ewa tribe, when you get into a home and then you want to greet, you always start off by saying "apameto," and say "odo." Then the other person said "devio." Then the other person will say "oli," and then you have this back and forth exchange of greeting on how well your families are doing before you even get to the topic of discussion. To me, that is so authentic, and I, I don't do that anymore. My cousin's husband, he and a friend met me at JFK International Airport and drove all the way to Maryland, and I had to stay in his apartment. And he actually found a job for me at KFC, my very first job ever. And so, village takes a village to raise a child. That is very true in Ghana. So anybody who goes to Ghana and wants to settle or wants to live in a community, anything like that, you find peace there. And that's one thing I'll never really trade. And late Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlins was a cousin of mine from my father's side. And his passing is really a tragedy for our country. It was through his work that we started having stability in Ghana. No matter what atrocities may have been caused as a result of his presidency or his transition from military to civilian life, he still brought some stability to the country. And to me, I think a leader and an eagle has fallen, but he will forever be indebted to him. So he's one person that I really admired and treasured, and may his soul rest in peace.